Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. Coming just to have a little fun, watch some fun content with y'all. Watch a little bit of iShow Speed, do some things. I'm always impressed when I see him run. I'm not gonna lie. Um, then we'll go over some subscriber submissions that I didn't get a chance to get to, and I'm finally getting the chance. I have been inspired today for various reasons, but one of them being one of my athletes got a walk on opportunity at UC Berkeley. So it doesn't look like it. I'm tired right now, but I'm very excited about that, very motivated for it about that. So good luck to him as he embarks on his D1 career. That is awesome. Um, so yeah, inspired by that to go over some fun stuff today. Again, I'm always impressed when I see I show speed do his like race anyone. He's always down for a race, right? That's always awesome. And then he wins a lot and like he looks fast. So I'm excited to watch this. I have not watched this, but I think he races one of Ashton Hall's friends or something like that. Let's watch. First of all, he's carrying a rucksack. Yeah, I've not seen like a sprinter carry rucksacks yet in my life. So that's not a good sign. And he's talking mess. Let's see. A rucksack is a backpack with weight on it. See, you see it's like the weight vest thing that he's wearing. That's not something that fast people do. Oops. Let me fix something real fast. I might have the. There we go. This is much better. There we go. Okay. So they're in DC challenging him. So now Speed has the vest on. Ah, okay, we're here for the running. Let's see if we can get there quicker than what they're doing. Oh, I know how to get there. Oh, hold on. We missed that. I got to see that actually. Look at, let's see what happens. Believe it or not, that's a hard. That requires a lot of plyos right there. Here we go. Any shoes, any clothes. He's in a suit and some dress shoes. See, this is how speed is created right here, right? This is like what you do when you're a kid. You like where you want you talk all this mess and you go where you want to race to. It's like from that car to that car, or from that light pole to that light pole. That is like speed in the making, not I show speed, but like that's the story of every fast person, how they found out they were fast is they got challenged or they challenged somebody and it was like, where you want to race? Like, let's run from this car to that red car down there. Anytime people do like consider a race like a mile or something, they're way more like, let's go out for a mile, let's see who's faster. They're much more geared to distance running. Speed and sprinting is like all about what they're up to right here. Oh, oh, he got him from the very beginning there. Mm. Look at how speed stays driven much longer than the other guy. Look at that drive difference right there. Okay. He stays down. He stays driven. Look at the guy in the black top there. He's already up speed, still driving, still driving. That's why he almost runs into these car. Well, first of all, the guy was pushing him, right? Or like not fit like I don't know. He looked like he may have touched him there, but I think he's just swinging his arms out wide. He knows he's cooked right there too. That's crazy. But he's pushing him with his just running into Speed's lane essentially. But this car came up hella fast for him because look at look how far he drove. He stayed down. He stayed pushing. That's a that was a decent drive phase. That's a long way to push right there. It's over. In dress shoes, in a suit. Stays up tall. The other guy's kind of sitting down because he'd be wearing that vest, I'm sure. He's heavy too. Very good. And it's over from there. Okay. So now we have Speed and Mr. Beast. He's racing Mr. Beast in like these various cars and stuff like that. Okay, so we're in much more environment that's built much more for speed. He's got his actual shoes on the track. Okay, look at that. Look at that stance. Um, right. This is great. This is a great line right there. Then you have the same thing on that leg right there, leaning forward. Um, look at this arm too. Very important. That arm right there. That arm is a lever that's going to throw him forward, push him forward. Oh, okay. That was a little fake. I mean, how impressive is that he streams all day? I highly doubt he's received formal track coaching, although maybe he has. I don't know. But look at the form. It's like picture perfect. That knee drives up. He's just floating. He's look at that stride length. He's staying on top. Right, his hips are. He's not collapsing when he hits the ground. Um, look at that. I actually want to see something. One thing I noticed too is whenever he wants to go, he always does his does a drive, whether that's intentional or unintentional. I don't know. Arm swinging. This is a great. His arm back there. Okay, look at the full extension um, through the ground all the way through his head right there. Realized he stood up a little bit. He had to stand up and bark. Then he had to drive back again. That's excellent. And he was just jogging. It was like a little scooter, like one of those birds. Oh, look at this. Look at how he gets into his box. Okay, he likes to have both knees. I mean, I know these are not blocks. I'm just saying, look at how he likes to get into his ready position. He's got his weight pretty much evenly distributed. Look at the hips are in a nice loaded position. He's got um, pressure distributed between both legs, but still more on the front leg there. I'm sorry. So far, it's 2-0. Let's watch that back. Look at how he drives his arms back to create separation. This arm way back here, right, creates this. Right. Most people try to get this knee going just by flexing the the hip flexor and the quad, but they miss this arm going back here, and that's what creates that. Again, same picture. Arm back here, straight line through there. That's the key. I mean, everything works together, right? Like, I actually like this frame a bit more. Okay, foot hits, right? This arm, right? We want this foot to go back. Obviously, it's pushing the ground. You see the bending here. He's going to try to make that a straight line. So in order to do that, he's got to push with that foot in the ground. Once he pushes with the foot in the ground, the way he got there is this arm driving back all the way through his hips, and then this knee shoots forward as a result. And then it was never really a race from the very beginning. Oh, lost his balance a bit. All right. He's these feet are too close. That's why he lost his balance. You see him trying to turn that foot in to compensate for, look how close the knees are, off balance. Got to be a little bit more staggered. Notice how when he like hits, nothing collapses. Right. So he's trying up until like here, a little bit before there. So what can we take away? That's a look at this angles all the way through. Boom. Straight angle again. driving that foot back into the ground, grabbing. What's going on? Go back to. All right, let's watch this. He has to actually try on this one. Wonder what that chair ran in that 100 right there. What does a chair run in a 100-meter dash? I show speed versus chair. Who wins? I think he took it a little bit too easy in the beginning. I mean, I don't know that it would have mattered. It looked like he lost it very quickly there. Look how he attacks back at the track, drives his arms. I hate to change this angle. I want to see full speed. That's okay. Okay. So we've finally are at the section where we are going to review some subscribers video. Now, I tried to review this video once before and my camera ran out of battery, so I didn't get to it with the level of detail that I like to. So this was sent in by Jordan Jacobson. If you see this, what's up? I hope you're doing well. And Jace, what's up, Jace? He was getting ready for nationals, the USATF national meet this summer. So he sent me the video of his 400. His PR was, let's see, 56.3, which is impressive. He is 12. So that's an impressive time. And that is a JO national kind of time. They wanted to know what's the low hanging fruit? Meaning, what can he improve quickly um, in an effort to do well at JOs, right? I actually have a good video on this coming out, how to improve quickly, because this is what I get asked most often is how do I increase my speed in a limited window? So I've gotten quite familiar with how to answer that problem. Before we begin watching, Jace ran a PR of 56.3 in the 400, a PR of 12.3 in the 100, and a PR of 26.1 in the 200. Um, so we're gonna see what we can try to do for Jace in this 400. Uh, his training leading up to this has been about 4 days through his school. Goes to the track 2 to 3 times per week and runs around 1,000 total meters from 150s to 350s. They got this advice from myself actually because they watched my 400-meter training video. Jace also plays baseball. So first year of track. So I'm of organized track. So I'm glad that you are having fun out there, Jace. Only had 4 meets to get that PR. That's a great time. Okay, I've been talking enough. Let's watch. Okay, so again, there's Jace. Let me see. There's Jace in lane 4. Um, Here he is. Okay. Whoa. All right, let's see what happens. I've seen this video actually. I know what happens, but let's see what we can improve. It's a great start. Look at that. Look at that gap between him and the guy behind him, and then look at that gap between him and the guy in front of him. That's right. The gap behind him is bigger. The gap in front of him is smaller, and so this is a great start. Now, this is actually a great example of an open, relaxed backstretch of a 400. Um, Very nice stride length there. Again, not pressing too hard, it appears. Not jogging, which is super important not to do, as people always try to figure out how to run this backstretch, right? It's again, I say 90% for 90 meters, and then um, you don't slow down, you don't speed up, you just go on cruise control for the back stretch. And the way that you get there is you uh, place emphasis on your stride length over your turnover to preserve energy. And so it looked like Jace pushed, and now it looks like he's getting into his float. A little bit aggressive with the arms. Um, I'd like to see a bit less arms here, just to help preserve his energy a bit more. And chin down. I don't know if you can see his chin is you know, facing that way. So what I would say is he is look where you want to go, right? You want to be looking over towards this 200 mark over here, because that's kind of your checkpoint for the 400. Obviously, like the start would be behind him over here. So obviously you're not looking over there. So that would be my advice, is to look where you want to go. This will help your posture a bit. So Jace, you see how you hit the ground kind of bent, right? These hips are seated, right? You want to be more on this is also in front of your, so here's your foot, and there's your midline, right? So you're hitting in front of yourself. That means you're braking, um, rather than accelerating, not accelerating, but rather than maintaining. You do stay nice long stride, which I appreciate, but you're running a bit seated. I hope you can see that. A little bit too much compression, right? Um, so my advice might be do some plyometrics, some bounds, some hurdle hops, some lunges, some depth jumps, those kind of things. Do some weight training, do some core stability, core strength training, so that when you hit, you don't collapse, you don't spend as much time on the ground. I mean, I think that actually that would be a big unlock for you. Um, because otherwise, I'm really a big fan of your stride length, of how relaxed you are when you run. Yeah, you see how low you're running? Also, look at that right arm. It does this kind of whipping motion to get itself around. So your form, like, obviously it's the last 100 of your 400, but your form is breaking down here quite a bit. Um, I think maybe we went a little bit hard in that first 200, but I'd rather that than go slow. So that's why I didn't pick at it. I would take a bit more of a measured approach, a bit more relaxed, I guess I should say, from here. You're definitely digging like you're running uphill. I turn my turns into two portions, uphill, downhill, but I would just looks like you turn the gas on full power a little bit early here. And so you kind of hit a wall when you came off that turn. But again, I'd much rather this than than the conservative route where uh you don't give enough in the beginning. Keep that head still, wiggly head. Look at that. You shouldn't be in this position here. Uh, that foot is on the ground, and look at that line that I just drew. Right, you want that line to be here, but that means you have to, of course, get tall. Great race. So that's what I would do, um, Jason Jordan. I hope that was a little bit more helpful than the first time that I attempted to help you out. Why does it keep doing that? Yeah, I would. I would get in some plyos, get in some jump rope, things of that nature. You're a little bit. I mean, I don't know maybe well enough to suggest whether weights are a good idea or a bad idea. Um, I would recommend some core work and some push-ups, some basic calisthenic strength workouts. I believe. Again, you said you're 12, so sounds about right to be doing at least some sit-ups and push-ups. I'm not sure that I would go to weights just yet, especially not barbell weights. But you know, again, I'm not necessarily a weight training expert. So okay, so Let me get this video properly oriented here. This is a video of another subscriber who actually I was coaching one of the people in this race, and I created a video for that individual athlete. And someone saw the video, and you know what? As a matter of fact, there we go. Okay, let me do this because what is happening? Okay, I think that's right. Okay, so again, this video was that you cannot see. That's unfortunate. Let me see if I can fix this. If not, we'll just watch it on regular, but then I can't. Ugh, so sad. Okay, that's okay. I've got it here instead. Okay. So this race, um, I coached this kid here in the green. That's right here. But I received this comment from this video from Ryan Chong. Bro, I just realized I'm in lane 5. I asked if he'd be mind if I did a breakdown for him. So sure, I'm in the first clip in lane 5, black shirt and white spikes. Now there were a few clips that I went over. Um, However, I think it's this clip. I think it's. I don't think that's him. I think he's next to his teammate. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Ryan, but I think that's him here in the white spikes with the black and yellow jersey. So let's go ahead and watch and see what we see. I haven't really done any analysis of this. Again, this is my athlete here from Harker in the green in this lane over here. So let's see. Okay. So if you saw right here, this is who we're analyzing right now. Let's look at that start one more time. So right here in the middle of the track, lane 5, black shirt, white short shoes. Something very weird about that start there, Ryan. That's your name, Ryan, right? Ryan. Something weird about that start. Let's figure out what it is. Well, first and foremost, your arms are um, punching forward when they should be driving back. Watch. So that's you in lane 5. I really wish this worked on my. Why is it? I'm gonna try one more time because I really prefer this in Premiere Pro. Okay, I mean that looks like it works. Hold on, we may have it. I would much rather do this. Let's see how it looks one more time. Okay. Let's see. It still looks really bad, doesn't it? You can't even see. Yeah, that looks too bad. Sorry, we have to analyze it this way. Sorry, everyone. Figuring it out. Okay. Sorry about that. So anyway, Ryan, looks like you are punching forward rather than driving back in your start. That's what I see initially. Almost even like almost even like this way, which is why you go straight into the track and you have to catch yourself. I don't know if you recognize that. So again, here we are in lane 5. Almost catching yourself there, punching forward.
There at the end with those small legs.
Okay, nice little plyo.
Steve there at the end with those small legs.
Getting the arms, driving. I mean, those weren't horrible. Let's see how you do.
Did he pull that off? The guy was right on. He looked good though.
I didn't want to say that.
He did.
Yeah.
Do you do anything with this?
I do.
Yeah, you did it again. You kind of punched yourself up out of your blocks. I don't know that. I mean, I thought that was actually not a bad reaction. You moved in line. Something happened. Because you're using your arms in like this motion, they're really actually very inefficient, and so you don't get full. You don't get full length of all your limbs. You're not using all of your legs here on the start. So really small in the beginning of your race, and you're just kind of getting left. And then you pop up a bit early there. But honestly, by the time you do come up, the race is kind of over. I would give you similar advice to what I gave my last athlete that we went over. You're very much seated when you run. You got to be a bit taller here through your hips, through this knee that's in this foot that's striking underneath you. I bet you your arms have something to do with this. This isn't the best video for you. It wasn't filmed with you in mind. You just happen to be in it. And you're looking down here. Don't ever do that. Always look to the finish line. Like even in my drive phase, I'm not going to pick my head up and look at the finish line, but I am going to keep my chin down to my chest and look through the brow right here, 10 meters ahead. And right here we have you caught in 4K looking straight down. And then the bad body position is not allowing your knees to get up all the way. All right. That's a great one. Quick one. I am hungry, so I'm going to end it here. Kind of an impromptu stream. Again, I just told you I was very inspired again by my former athlete who got a walk-on position opportunity at UC Berkeley for their track team. So shout out to him. Go do your thing, and hopefully you come back, tell me all the good stuff that happened for you. So all right, thanks for stopping by, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Peace.